Fe fydd dros 40 o gemau byw gan sgorio eleni gyda sylwebeth Gymraeg a Saesneg ar bob un. Gyda nifer o'r gemau ar gael i'w gwylio ar blatfformau digidol sgorio.
I wylio ar clic, gwasanaeth ar alw S4C, chwiliwch am dudalen sgorio. Unwaith i'r darllediad ddechrau, bydd modd dewis sylwebeth Gymraeg neu Saesneg.
Bydd modd gwylio'r gêm a sylwebeth Gymraeg ar gael ar dudalen Facebook sgorio, neu sylwebeth Saesneg ar dudalen YouTube sgorio. Fe fyddwn nhw'n gyhoeddi dolenni i gyfeirio i'r mannau priodol cyn y gêm.
Cofiwch bod cyfoeth o gynnwys digidol cyson ar gael ac ar alw gan sgorio.
Sy'n caniatáu i chi dilyn pob cic, tackle a gôl o Gynghreiriau Cymru.
Mae'n rhoi 110 y cant I fi heddiw.
Job dda. Screwfix yn nodi Pêl-droed ar S4C.
Bale am hen y bod Williams!
Oh, nôl at Bêl-droed, gath o gael ei ergyd mewn. Ar draws ar ôl, Bêl-droed, sgorio!
Opa, Bêl-droed!
Mi sy'n tu fewn, yr 1-2 I Will Evans. Evans ar ergyd! Mae Bale fan hyn, I fewn y bod! Shannon. Mae'n egros a gwynion yno, yw un ohono nhw.
Peder gêm I fynd yn y tymor ar ôl 8 mis o Pêl-droed, does dim yn gwahanu y Bala a'r Dre Newydd yn y ras I sicr ar ail safle a sicrau lle yn Ewrop. Maen nhw'n cwrdd ddydd Gwener nesa, ond cyn hynny fydd yna gemau penwythnos yma. Dre Newydd y chwarae fori, mae'r Bala yn y Fflint heno. Mae mor bwysig, mor gyffroes, a dyma pan mae Cai Castell yw enw'r Cai yma. Tafliad carreg, dim bod ni'n taflu cerrig yn y Fflint, chwaith tuag at y Castell. Ond Castell tu ôl ni, mae Malcolm Allen, cyn ymwysodwr Cymru, wrth yn ochr I. Croeso mawr, Malcolm, mae'n gret cael bod yma. Ni'n canolbwyntio ar y Bala a'r Dre Newydd. Os unrhyw un arall yn ddi o ran cyrraedd yr ail safle yna?
Na, dim rwan. Mae'n 4 gêm I fynd, maen nhw 9 pwynt ar y blaen o bob, felly dwi ddim yn gweld hynny. A gyfer hediadau, mae'r ddau dîm wrthi hefyd. Ti'n edrych ar y Bala heno, colli 1 mewn 13 o gema, a'r Fflint bechod yn dod I fewn efo, ond ennill 1 mewn 10 gêm. Gymaint o anafiadau, pobl wedi cael ei wahardd ar gyfnodau y tymor i'r Fflint sydd wedi gadael nhw lawr. 1 pwynt cofiodd yn nhw wrth ail safle pan nath yr holl ddod. Felly maen nhw wedi llithro go iawn efo'r anafiadau. A dim y garfan I gon-tefn lle ti'n gweld y Bala, maen nhw wedi mynd o nerth I nerth. Nath nhw fethu Hydref a Tachwedd heb y ddau flaenwr Will Evans a Chris Venables. Ella'r amser yna, oeddech chi'n disgwyl i'r Bala wneud y well I fod yn gystadleol i'r seitiau newydd. A maen nhw wedi dangos bricon da yn ddiweddar.
Ie, pan chi'n gweld nhw nawr, maen nhw'n neud y wych ar un o bryd. Dyma beth sydd I ddod. Penwythnos yma, cofiwch bydd gemau dros penwythnos y Pasg hefyd. Mae hon heno, gemau mawr fori lawr yn y gwylodion. Mae gemau Barry Ceicona yn fyw gyda ni prynhawn fori hefyd. Ond mae'n amhosib anwybyddu y Dre Newydd ar Bala, Malcolm, ceisio gorffen yn ail. A Ewrop, mae'n gymaint o wobr un o'r clybiau yma.
Wrth gwrs mae yna 7 pwynt dim 9 oedd o, sori o'n i'n anghywir, ond ti'n edrych ar wythnos nesaf edrych ar ôl I hyn. Y Bala chwarae gatra fi Dre Newydd, fi hwnna'n anfarth, ond hon di'r gêm bwysica. Hon di allan, neud gadael dy agwedd di yn anghywir dydi llefydd fel hyn. Mae'n cael gwair hefyd, ti'n gwybod, maen nhw wedi gwneud llawer efo fo, mae'n reit boblu allan yna. Felly mae'n mynd I fod yn anodd i'r Bala, ond y ffordd maen nhw'n chwarae y ddiweddar. Os ydyn nhw'n cael y gol gyntaf yna, efallai wneud I weld Fflint yn chwalu heno. Nhw sy'n fawr fantais penwythnos yma, cael y 3 pwynt na I fewn, cyn I Gynarfon chwarae Dre Newydd nos prawn fori. Anfarthion.
Ie, pwy sy'n chwarae gyntaf, pwy sy'n gallu cipio'r fantes. Dewch chi'n ei glywed gan reolwr y Bala, Colin Clayton. Nes I siarad yn gynharach a gofyn o fe, so dyn hapus o sut ydych chi'n mynd o ran I dîm cyn y gemau ola yma.
Yeah, we're on a good run. You know, we've done really well to get where we are now over the last 15 games. I think we've lost 1 in 15, so we're on a really good run, but it's not what we've done, it's what we've got to do going ahead now, because we don't want to fall away from it with just 4 to go. So it's important that we put all that hard work, into place in the next 4 games.
Yeah, how are you treating things? Because second guarantees Europe, third could get it, but you're still neck and neck with Newtown. It's still very tight up there.
Yeah, Newtown have got good resources this year and have done really well, but I think they were about 9 points ahead of us at one time, so we've clawed them back in. It's going to go to the wire. They've got to come to us. We've got a really tough game here tonight, which we've got to be really up for it, or we won't get anything from it. And it's going to be tough when whichever game we play in the top 6. It's a really tough game.
And fitness-wise, how are things amongst the players?
Yeah, we're not bad. It's nearly a full-strength squad. 1 or 2 missing, but like everybody at this stage of the stage of the season is going to have 1 or 2 out. So it's important that we focus on what we've got on the field and not what we've got off it.
Brilliant, Colin. Thanks very much for your time. Diolch yn fawr iawn I Colin Caton. Ambell un ar goll, Chris Venables yw un ohonyn nhw, ond y ffordd mae Will Evans yn chwarae ar hyn o bryd. Malcolm, amlwg, dyn nhw ddim eisiau colli Venables, ond beth am Will Evans?
Mae hwnna I fi yn Hal Robson Canu moment, lle o'n i'n gwybod o'n i locar oedd ei gwir. Ti'n gwybod fel o'n i'n gwybod am beth nath ddigwydd yn Ffrainc yn Euro 2016. O'n drycha faint o hyder. Unwaith mae'n gofod gyntaf na, mae'n agor I gorff o fanna. Just mewn un symudiad mae'n ei detroed. A mae'n sgil anodd cofia y cyffyrddiad gyntaf na. Wedyn, wythnos dwytha, mae'n mynd I gael hat-trick wedyn yn Ben y Bont. Ond o'n nhw'n deud ar ôl gem Cymru C, ar ôl Ciro Lloegar, bod na scouts mawr, ond na 3 glwb ar ei ôl, oedd I siarad efo cyn 11 yn os medden nhw. Ond dwi'n meddwl, o'n i'n meddwl bod wedi methu'r goch. Mae'n 24-25, mae'n gwneud cerdded I mewn I tîm cynta rhywun yn sydd yn y pyramid yn Lloegar. Ti'n siarad am Wrexham? Oce, mae gen nhw 2 flynw sydd wedi gwario lot o bresar. Ond Will Evans, doedd ddim yn ymwysodwr. Ond mae'n rhywun naw. Mae'n rhywun ar yr asgell sy'n wedi sgorio dy 15 gol y tymor I chdi. Ac mae ar dan ar mynd, bynnag. Mae'n cael bob math o goliau hefyd, sy'n gret.
Fel o'ch chi'n sôn, gewn ni weld gêm ganol wythnos 1-1 yn ebyn y Seintiau Newydd. Fel o'ch ti'n sôn, Mark, y cyfnod na rhwng Hydref a Tachwedd, mae mor siomedig bod nhw ddim wedi gallu dal yn agosach at y Seintiau. Ond mor e teg ddyn nhw, beth am hwn cymeriad, achos fe ildio nhw mor gynnar yn ebyn y Seintiau ganol wythnos. Wel,
hyn oedd ddim ganddyn nhw yn y cyfnod na. Dwi'n gwybod o gynnu nhw ddim I chwaraewyr illa mwyaf profiadol ac dylanwadol ar y pryd yn Venables ac hefyd Will rhaid chi helpu fi bach. Will Evans, sorry. Ond mae'n rhaid chdi edrych, y 2 nhw sydd wedi bod yn gollad iddyn nhw yn y cyfnod lle gath nhw. Mae'n cael 11 gêm gyfartal. Sa'n neb wedi cael 11 gêm gyfartal. Felly, dyn nhw wedi colli gymaint o hynna. Ond I fod yn gysylltu yn y byd Seintiau, mae'n rhaid chi gael cysondeb. Mae'n rhaid chi gael garfan difn. A mae gen I ond di hynna ddim wedi digwydd yn y cyfnodau bach yn y tymor lle oedden nhw angen.
A sôn am garfannau, fe fyna fe sydd wedi effeithio'r Fflint, gen I weld nhw ganol wythnos, 4 I ddim yn ebyn Cynarfon, ond chi'n siarad y pobl oedd ma, ddim wedi chwarae rhy ddrwg.
Wel na ddo, ond yr un stori eto de, dyn nhw ddim methu cymryd I cyfleon, a dyna di broblem sydd ganddyn nhw. Da ni wedi gweld nhw fan hyn yn byd Seintiau Newydd, a mae'n yr awr y 4 cyfla, mi dylai wedi bod yn bedair gol I ddim. Ond Cynarfon yn manteisio wrth gwrs ac yn sgorio I goliau. Ond goliau amaturaidd I ildio gan y Fflint. Mae rhaid nhw stopio hynny. Ond mor wystedig I Neil Gibson oherwydd.
Ond hon ddim yn amaturaidd, gan Dion Donahue, Max.
Da ni wedi gweld Nathan Craig yn neud hyn, ond na I ddweud un peth. Mae Dion Donahue wedi cael tymor anhygol. Mae wedi cael mwy o ddylanwad arna fi fel amddiffynwr canol na neb arall. A dwi'n edrych arno fo. Mae o'n cymryd cyfrifoldeb fel amddiffynwr. Ddim yn fydech chi ddibynnu ar. Dwi'n just gobeithio fydd Cynarfon dal I gafel arno fo.
Diddorol, gen I weld beth ar ôl y tymor yma. Max, diolch yn fawr iawn am y tro. Gei di fynd fyny i'r pwynt sylwebu. Malcolm, yn mynd I fod yn sylwebu gyda Nick Parry heno. Ni'n mynd I glywed nawr gan reolwr y Fflint, Neil Gibson, ar ôl y golled na yn erbyn Cynarfon. Dyna oedd y cwestiwn cynta wrth o un gynharach. Oedd wedi dros y siom eto.
I think that the players are still hurting. Nobody likes getting beat so as convincingly as the scoreline suggests, but anyone that was probably at the game would feel it wasn't that type of game, and it certainly wasn't that type of performance. So we've got to take the hurt that we feel from that and take that into the Bala game tonight and make sure we're as competitive as we can be this evening.
Whatever happens in these last 4 games, it's been an amazing season for Flint, but is there any consolation right now after the recent run of results?
No, it's not. And if I'm honest, I'm really disappointed with the way that the season's panned out. I felt that we'd got the football club into a fantastic position. We were second after 20 games. We were within a point of second place at the split. Massive opportunity to kick on there, and we haven't been able to. Potentially the football club, it's come a little bit too soon for them in terms of the other teams that are in the top 6, and then we've been hampered obviously with the injuries that no one could foresee. But we want to finish in style. We don't want to go out with a whimper, and we've got 4 games now where we can go and pick up as many points as we possibly can and make sure that the league table looks a little bit more like we feel it should do.
seems like a message to the people behind the scenes at the club. Are they listening? Are you confident the club will kick on?
I think, the football club's got a lot of good people here, and they all want to move this football club forward. I'm very passionate about wanting to be competing at the top end of this league, and that's what we wanted to do with Flint. That's the ambitions we've got at the football club. But, we are in our second season in the league, and, this hasn't happened overnight for the other clubs that we're competing against. So, lots of hard work going on behind the scenes, and hopefully we'll take this club forward together.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time as usual. Good luck.
Diolch.
Diolch fawr iawn I Neil Gibson. Felly, ni'n barod amdani fan hyn. Y Fflint yn cwrdd ar Bala. 4 gêm I fynd yn y tymor. Cofiwch, mae yna gêm yn penwythnos yma. 2 gêm dros penwythnos y Pasg. Wedyn ni byddwn ni lawr i'r sadwn ola. Pethefnos I fori, y sadwn ola. Anhygol, yr 8 mis o Pêl-droed. Felly, dewch chi'n ymuno gyda'n tîmau sylwebu ni yn Saesneg hefyd. We've got English language commentary available as usual. That's on YouTube and on S4C Click, English language option there. Bryn Thomas and Mark Lloyd-Williams waiting for you ac ar Facebook ac ar S4C Click hefyd yn Gymraeg. Yn I fyny i'r pwynt sylwebu. Chi wedi gweld un ohonyn nhw yn barod, Malcolm Allen. Wrth I ochr yn barod amdano ni, mae Nick Farry.
Good evening and welcome to Sgorio this evening from Caer Castell. It's Flint Town United against Bala Town. It's 6th place Flint welcoming 3rd place Bala Town. Flint on a poor run of form, 1 win only in their last 10 games. Victory against Pêl-droed, and they've lost 6 of their 10 games here at Caer Castell, whereas the Bala, they're on a run of 13 matches unbeaten in the Welsh Premier League. Bala vying for 2nd place with Newtown in the JD Cymru Premier. The changes to the teams this evening. Flint drubbed 4-0 at home against Flint at Carnarvon on the Tuesday night. They make 2 changes. In comes Ryan Woods in goal and Ross Weaver in midfield. And Bala 1-1 against the New Saints on Tuesday. Still no Chris Venables for them. Losana Mendes drops to the bench. Dean Ebby comes in.
Yeah, I expect Flint to play diamond in midfield. Probably Kai Edwards being the anchor man, and Bratley then get a bit of licence to play in behind Connor Howard and Mark Cadwallader, Ben Maher and Ross Weaver either side, and they'll put a shift in and they'll try and cut inside and attack that zone 14 as they call it. And then Bala, Colin, he's talking about Dean Ebby, the way he's been playing this season, and expects him back in the team tonight because of he couldn't play against TNS on Wednesday's parent club, so he's been influential since he's come on loan here this season. There is 6 goals for Ebby on loan from TNS, and he's done fantastically well for Colin Keaton. And when Venables is not available, he needs someone who can put a ball in the back of the net, and he certainly can do that. And Ben Maher has been again another influential player for Flint, again with Neil Gibson after starting for many years, and I've seen him playing very well this season, and it's a shame how Flint have dropped off since the turn of the year. The loss of Mike Wilde and Danny Harrison been a big loss. You've got 26 goals between Jack Kenny as well and Michael Wilde. It's going to it's hard to replace that kind of quality.
Yep, no Mike Wilde and Jack Kenny for Flint, no Chris Venables for Bala. And, Flint, basically, they have to win or draw. They have to win this evening, rather. The referee is Iwan Arwel Griffith from Conwy. A draw or a defeat not good enough for Flint to maintain their hopes of finishing 3rd position. And it's basically a race between Newtown and Bala for the 2nd position. They both start off on 47 points, but the Newtown's goal difference 2 better, plus 17 than Bala's plus 15. Newtown playing tomorrow afternoon against Carnarvon.
Yeah, it comes to that time of year now where if you're playing first on a Friday night, you can put pressure, get a win, you can put pressure on that the team behind you then on the following day. So Colin Keaton and his men will be looking for the 3 points here this evening to put that pressure on Chris Hughes' side.
Sam Hart venturing forward from the left back position for Flint Town United into Ross Weaver. One of the 2 changes made by Neil Gibson this evening, and it's a bright start from Flint. We're playing in the black and white, by the way, playing from left to right as you look at the screens. Harwood back to Ross Weaver. Weaver, he'll be anchoring things in midfield for Flint Town this evening. Sam Hart. Oh, poor ball picked up by Dean Ebby. Ball seems to be bobbling quite a bit as it falls to Connor Howard. And Smith. This clears up to Dave Edwards. Edwards ball round the corner, looking again for Dean Ebby. And just a big punt upfield, which is dealt with comfortably by Nathan Peat.
Yeah, I think when you're playing on this type of surface, quite a dry surface, bobbly surface, I think you've got to take the pitch out of the game. So the ball, the way to do that is just get the ball, not to go long all the time, but just get that ball about, be half a yard, off the surface, and just drill the ball in to players' feet, because as we've seen already in the first couple of minutes, the ball is taking a few bobbles before it gets to the player.
Yep, it's a dry surface here at Caer Castell. There's a good drainage system being put in this season. And, last season, any rain on the pitch, and it turned into a quagmire. Ryan Woods in goal for Flint Town United this evening. John Rushton drops to the bench after, 1 or 2 errors against the Caernarfon Town on Tuesday evening. Ebby.
Yeah, he did a couple of errors, didn't he? Against Caernarfon, a couple of glaring errors. The first one he dropped him, to Sean Bradley, and then, came rushing out of his box then for the second goal, and, he probably expected to be, replaced this evening.
Will Evans, he's got the confidence. He can score from there, can Will Evans? He showed against England C and against Pen-y-bont. 2 for Wales C against England C, and then a hat-trick down in Pen-y-bont, and he's a player on form, Mark.
Yeah, he is. He played fantastically well, didn't he, against England C, and then, once you get confidence in front of goal, the goals start, coming thick and fast, and that's what we've seen with Will, over the past week.
Brackley. Oh, lovely quick feet there by Callum Brackley. Took him away from Ollie Shannon, and he wins the throw-in. Hart. Comfortable for Ollie Shannon. Hart once again, it's Pete up with Connor Harwood. Falls to Ross Weaver. Brackley. He's got Harwood, and he's got Cadwaladr in the box. Just waiting for Weaver. It's a bright start from Flint, Mark.
Yeah, they started, the better of the 2 sides, and they got nothing to lose, have they? A bit more pressure on Bala to try and, get that second position. And Flint, playing the conditions better at this stage of the game.
There's going to be a throw in here, which is as good as a free kick or a corner kick into the box from Jake Phillips. Phillips winds himself up for the long throw to the near post. It's still there. Sam Hart was in there, as was Ben Nash. Chance to lift the ball back into the box to the far side. Headed back in by Connor Harwood. And Cadwaladr have to play the ball in, looking for Callum Brackley. And it's an opportunity for Bala now then to clear. Dean Ebby. Ebby's got Boris on one side, he's got Will Evans on the other, and he was just waiting for the run of Paul Rutherford, and the momentum just went out of the move for a while as Shannon just lifts the ball into the box to Will Evans. Oh, he was offside, but what a strike from Will Evans.
Yeah, full of confidence, maybe half a yard offside, but he struck that so well. It was a great ball in. We can't see from this angle, but he hit it, cannoned off the far post. And that's a warning for Flint. He's a danger man.
He almost tried to place it somehow, didn't he, with his instep?
Yeah, and that's, the confidence that he's got in his play and his ability, since that game against England C last week. He's grown in confidence. And then, it's not an easy skill to just to patch that ball coming in from a distance on the volley and get a pace on the ball to beat the goalkeeper from it.
Well, no Mike Wilde or Jack Kenny for Flint, and no Chris Venables in the centre and the front row there with Ruth Crump. No Venables, no Wilde, no Kenny. Quite a few goals there missing this evening. What's started in the first 6 minutes is quite an open game, Mark.
Yeah, I don't expect this to be, you know, nil-nil game, but yeah, you talk about Chris Venables, Mike Wilde, another one, you know, over 400 goals between him and the Cymru Premier. So, you know, when you lose players of that ability and stature, then, you know, it's going to affect any team.
We were talking to Mike Wilde before the match, weren't we, Mark? And he'd been in hospital all week, and his finger looked pretty sore.
Fractured nail, I think he said he had, but no, I think he had a compound fracture in his thumb. So he has been on a drip, he said, for the past 3 or 4 days.
He's here this evening, as is Jake Phillips. Another long throw into the box, headed away by it was Nathan Peters up there, in by Ben Nash, and just helped away by Alex Ramsey, forced in by Weaver, and it was Cadwallader with the effort. Good save by Alex Ramsey. Edwards under pressure, cleared away by Kieran Smith. Pete jumps with Connor Harwood, and good effort there by Mark Cadwallader.
Yeah, when those long throws come in, you know, sometimes it's who gets to the second ball first, and, you know, Flint had reacted much quicker than Bala in that defence. Ben Nash got in first, then Ben Maher, Nash again, and then Ramsey. You know, I think he tried to catch it at first. He got caught in two minds, and then he thought, I'll best parry this out just in case. And, you know, good start by Flint first, you know, 8 minutes of this game.
Mark Cadwallader, top scorer on the pitch for Flint with 6 goals. The club top scorer is Mike Wilde with 14, and Jack Kenny's got 12. Kenny, well, we won't see him again this season with 4 matches remaining in the campaign, having broken his arm away at Connors Quay in what was a nasty injury. Hart. Weaver jumps with Dave Edwards. Rutherford to Brad Boris. Shannon. Bala just need to work their way back into the game here. There's Edwards looking for Shannon. Good play by Ross Weaver.
Yeah, they've, you know, sucking the pressure that Flint have put on them first 10 minutes. You know, Neil Gibson wanted the reaction after that dribbling by Carnarvon.
Boris lifts the ball in, looking for Ebby. Cleared off the line. Excellent clearance off the line. Dean Ebby with the first clear-cut opportunity that he's had this evening.
I think that was a save. I think that was Ryan Woods, his left arm. Interesting to see that one again, but I think that was a fantastic reaction save by Ryan Woods.
Boris whips the ball in once again, headed away by Ben Nash. In it comes again by Dave Edwards was there, as was Will Evans, and Flint's defence at 6s and 7s at the moment.
Yeah, it's good play from a long throw. Caught Flint napping. Good play by Boris. Just lifts it into the far post. Headed by Ebby. There's a fantastic save by Ryan Woods. You know, he's going one way, and it's not easy to change direction. You know, such agility there. You know, to get his hand onto that and stopping Bala going into the lead.
It was an excellent save by Ryan Woods, and then hacked away by Ben Nash.
Yeah, but you just look, you know, as he's going across the ground. Dean Ebby did everything there that you ask a striker to do. Head the ball back across where the keepers come from, because it is a harder save for him to make, and he certainly, you know, pulled one out the bag there for his manager.
He'd clearly been watching Karim Benzema against Chelsea the other night. That's how you score headed goals. First headed goal was wonderful. The second one was just out of this world from Karim Benzema.
Yeah, but Bala, you know, they are slowly getting into the game, getting used to the conditions. I think it is hard when you play on, you know, a 3G surface more or less week in, week out, and you know, then come and play on grass, and this time here, you know, been quite dry, so and with the new drainage system here, you know, dries out a lot quicker.
Boris to Will Evans. Evans tried to set it up. Boris!
He's offside. But Ryan Woods didn't know that. He still had to deal with it. And again, Bala just up in a tempo. Although it was a mistake by Kai Edwards again, just ball just took a, you know, bad ricochet off the field. And then Boris, he got on target, making Ryan Woods work a bit now.
Bala's next match is a week today. Well, it has to be the decider who's to finish second and third. Bala entertain Newtown, and then on Easter Monday they're away at Caernarfon, and then on the 23rd, last official match of the regular season, that it's home to Penybont. So I'm sure that Colin Caton will play it down, but they've got 4 cup finals coming up, Mark.
Yeah, they have, and because that, you know, that tight now at the top, trying to get that second and third positions, because I think if TNS win the Welsh Cup, then it drops down to third, so still all to play for. You know, Caernarfon's win here the other night to put them back in the mix, you know, so they'll be going to Newtown tomorrow full of confidence.
Wayne Phillips here, watching his son Jake, who we send our best wishes to Mrs. Phillips, to Cheryl, who's poorly at home, having succumbed to COVID. Send our best wishes, Cheryl. As Sam Hart heads the ball away to Boris. Boris ventures from far, and well, Woods went for the save. I don't think he needed to do that. The ball was going wide, but he wasn't to know that.
Yeah, an opportunity strike by Boris. He's grown in confidence. And I think, you know, could have snuck in that near post.
Yep.
Woods had to be on his toes, he was. So a chance here for Bala from his corner kick.
Yep, could have been just sneaking in. As Paul Rutherford with the signal, he'll whip this one in, as Mr. Griffith just has a quiet word here with... well, it's Will Evans he's calling. Who's he calling over here? I think it's Ben Maher. Ben Maher and Will Evans. Rutherford just biding his time over on the far side as Evans and Maher see the funny side of things. And as Rutherford, that's a good one to put the pressure on the Flint defence. Played back in by Shannon, still loose in the box, and then finally cleared away by Maher. Brackley, Sean Smith, too much on that.
Yeah, could have taken a touch here and, you know, put it back in the mixer. Again, Flint dealt with it eventually. But there's a wicked corner in. Bala probably disappointed not to take the lead there.
So Will Evans having struck the post from an offside position. Dean Ebby, header well saved by Ryan Woods. As Woods is now down on his haunches. I think he's holding his groin actually there, Mark.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he, you know, tweaked something when he did that, you know, save with his left hand going across the goal and then to change direction pretty quick. You know, that could have affected, you know, maybe the injury. Looks like he's stretching his groin.
It's a bit of concern here for Neil Gibson. He's got John Rushton on the bench, having dropped him after the 4-0 defeat home to Caernarfon Town. 2 former Welsh Prem managers sitting next to each other in the middle there. Ewan Williams and Alan Morgan. One in Llandudno and...
both in Llandudno.
Well, they were both, yes. Alan was in Llandudno for a while, wasn't he?
I think Alan took him to Europe, didn't he?
Good to see them here. Here's the effort again. Now then, you think that's where maybe he just tweaked that groin?
I think as they'll save that they did with from Dean Ebby's header, because when you do go across and got to check back so quickly, you know, if your leg's planted and you've got to move quick, I think that's maybe where he could have tweaked the muscle. He was adducted the muscle.
Weaver tries to place it for Ma. Will Evans almost capitalises. And it's Weaver there just tidying up to Jake Phillips. Long ball looking for Harwood and Cadwaladr. Cadwaladr goes down under the challenge. I think it was Tony Kay who was in there. Nathan Peake was there as well.
Yeah, I think Conor Howard went for the first header with Nathan Peake, and I think Anthony Kay and Cadwaladr were trying to go for the same ball. I think then what happened was Anthony Kay headed Mark Cadwaladr's head.
Oh. Well, I think it was Nathan Peake.
Oh.
That was Nathan Peake. That was nasty, Mac.
Yeah, he's got his eyes on the ball, though, Nathan Peake, and I think he just caught him, you know, as he's with his follow through with both players going for the same ball.
Phillips lifts the ball into the 6-yard box. It was loose. Ben Nash was there, and it's Boris. Just finds Edwards. Edwards looking for the run of Paul Rutherford, the fleet-footed Paul Rutherford. Just lobbed forward, but it's Sean Smith for Bala. Newton will be looking on intently. This will suit them at the moment. This will suit Chris Hughes and his players. Before they play Caernarfon tomorrow. Remember at 5:15 tomorrow, by the way, on Sgorio online. We're down at Barrytown against Connors Quay.
Yeah, big game tomorrow down the bottom end of the table. Yeah. Thing is, as it stands, no club will be coming up from the Cymru South after yesterday's licensing announcements.
Well, that's still open to decision, isn't it, really? Because they're in the appeals process as Kieran Smith just ventures from far. Yeah, back to that, Mark. The two clubs that have been refused the licences, well, one of them is certainly going to appeal, if not the two.
Yeah, you expect them to appeal. You know, with Fflint, I think they're playing tomorrow against Cambrian and Clydach, so they've got tough games to play. You know, 4 tough games. Pontypridd, they're playing this evening. So again, trying to pressure, we expect Fflint to win the league. You know, with the gap they've got at the top. So it'll be interesting to see what the outcome of the appeals committee will be. It'll be a shame if no one does come up from the Cymru South. I mean, a reprieve for one of the 5 clubs trying to stave off relegation this season.
Pêl-droed's already relegated. That's confirmed, by the way. Airbus confirmed promoted from the JD Cymru North following their victory a week ago tonight at home against Llandudno. So Steve O'Shaughnessy's side back in the Welsh Prem next season as Shannon just lifts the ball looking for Will Evans. Evans again headed forward. Boris was onto it and is headed away by Ross Weaver to Jake Phillips. Phillips loses out to Will Evans. Evans, what on earth was that?
He's done all the hard work, and then he could be, you know, he won't be happy with his cross there, would he?
Some contentious decisions coming up here, Mark. Oh, now then, there was a flailing there from Mark Cadwaladr and Tony Kay. And then, well, Cadwaladr then was taken out, not by Tony Kay, but by Nathan Peake, so a bit of retribution there.
And you're both centre-halves working together. Yeah. You know, because Anthony Kay would have done it, then you would have thought that would have been revenge, but probably using experience, still having younger centre-half, you go and do my dirty work.
Tony Kay, 599 games in the English Football League, so a very, very experienced campaigner.
I bet he was gutted not to get that 600th.
I would be.
I think someone would be giving him money.
You think so? Now then, here's Callum Brackley. Brackley's got Sam Hart outside. Brackley continues with his run. Brackley, Boris back doing the defensive duties as well. As Brackley lifts the ball to the far side. Lovely ball in by Weaver. Oh, how on earth did he miss that one? Oh, dear me. It was easier to score there. Connor Howard.
Yeah, it's a great ball across by Weaver. But I think Connor Howard would be disappointing that he didn't put a ball in the back of net.
Cadwaladr approaching the halfway point in the first half here. Jake Phillips. Howard just ventures forward, his taken out play continues. Callum Brackley. Brackley again looking for Connor Howard, but dear me, Mac, has to be the miss of the season.
Well, could be. Was Weaver trying to go for goal? Was he trying to? I think he was going for goal, Weaver. So it's his heel, and Connor Howard, he was so close. You know, he threw his body for that, and I think, you know, he's unlucky there, Connor Howard. But for me, Ross Weaver is going for goal. He's not trying to cross it towards that far post. That was a 2-in-1. And then Connor Howard just bobbled up just slightly too high for him to get that connection.
Unbelievable. There's Boris. And again, another wayward pass. And it appears as if the ball just seems to bobble. It happened for Will Evans. It's happened again there for Brad Boris. Is it the surface?
Yeah, it's got to be the surface, hasn't it? You know, I think, you know, the two wingers have done that now within the last 3 or 4 minutes. Got in good position, but then the ball just taking a bad bobble as they're going to cross the ball.
Halfway point of the first half. Oh, dear me.
Great effort, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Great effort, great determination from Connor Howard.
Evans loses out to Phillips. Weaver, one of the 2 changes for Flint, coming in for Danny Harrison, and he's added more sort of tempo, momentum and bite into midfield, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been a stop-start season for Ross Weaver, but when he does come back in, you know, he just put a shift in, another one, you know, with Neil Gibson up and starting. So Gibbo knows him very well.
Nash. Here's Weaver. Picked up by Pete. Controlled by Boris. To Sean Smith. To Kieran Smith. No relation, by the way. Sean Smith and Kieran Smith. Ollie Shannon. Boris leaves it for Ebby. Headed away by Kai Edwards. Jake Phillips. Scored his only goal for Flint's only goal in the Welsh Premier League against Bala earlier on this season. Nash just dwelled on the ball too much and gave Dean Ebby the opportunity. Howard. Or Cadwaladr, I should say.
The best of balls down there for Connor Howard, but big game tomorrow down at Jenner Park.
Yep. Barrytown against Connors Quay live tomorrow at 5:15 on Sgorio's Facebook and YouTube platforms and on S4C Click. And as you said earlier on, Mark, huge game in the race to avoid relegation. If there is relegation, of course.
Yeah, I think the appeals committee, is it towards the end of the month, just before the last game of the season? But there's still playoffs to play for. You know, even though they're looking over the shoulders who's going to finish second from bottom, there's still, you know, a 7th position in playoff, and I think a lot of people have forgotten about it because they're so tight down there.
Oh, it's really, I mean, Cardiff Met 7th on 35 points, Connors Quay 10th on 30 points, so all to play for down at the bottom, and the team that finishes 7th goes into the playoffs, with the winner of the playoffs entering the old Iron Brew, as it was called, the Tunnock Wafers Scottish Challenge Cup to give it its contemporary name as Phillips goes for a low one to Howard. Evans just tries to get his feet in order, and then he's just taken down by Phillips. Two Wales C players there, Will Evans and Jake Phillips.
Yeah, good quick feet out by Will Evans, winning that free kick. Maybe just taking a bit of tempo off Flint's game. Conor Howard disappointed that he lost possession.
Another Wales C player to take the free kick, Alex Ramsey. It's a long ball in the direction of Ebby, headed away by Kai Edwards. So solid at the back. Ben Nash, he's been had a good season as well. Just an established back four for Neil Gibson, with Jake Phillips at right back, Sam Hart at left back. And then Ben Nash and Kai Edwards is the centre-back partnership. Evans, oh, that's a good ball into the box, headed away. It was Edwards who was up there. It was just gathered by Sam Hart, plays a long ball looking for Mark Cadwallader. Pete wins that challenge, and Kieran Smith just lobs it on, and that'll run through to Ryan Woods.
Yeah, that's the type of ball you need, as a centre forward. Whipped in with pace into that towards our 6-yard box, and I think they dealt with it pretty well. I think Flint had reverted to a back three now. Kai Edwards dropping in between Nash and Dan Roberts.
Yeah, I don't think we mentioned Dan Roberts this evening at all up to this point, and we played 27 minutes. Kieran Smith, now there's space here for Smith. Oh, he's looking for the run of Will Evans, but just couldn't feed it through. Now Sean Smith. Smith, again, Will Evans is the target. Policed once again by Jake Phillips. Kieran Smith. Oh, that was a poor ball by Kieran Smith. Oh, Phillips does well under pressure from Brad Boris, and again Howard.
Doing well under pressure there, Phillips.
Ma. It was 2 against 1 just for a while there. As Cadwallader battles for the ball, finds his partner in crime up front, Conor Howard. Howard into Brackley. Weaver. Ma. Phillips. Clever ball into Conor Howard, but that was misdirected. Flint keeping possession. Can they find the breakthrough with 28 minutes played? Phillips. Howard into Brackley. And he wins the corner kick. Good play by Flint.
Yeah, it was. I think it's the best passage of football they've played this evening. Good interplay and interchanging of positions by the Flint players, and nearly opened up the Flint defence, but they've got a corner.
And it's Sam Hart who's gone over to the right-hand corner. Favours his left foot, is ideal for a left-footed player like Sam Hart as we approach the half-hour mark here at Caer Castell. Flint Town 0, Bala Town 0. Hart whips it into the near post, headed away by Dave Edwards. That was a comfortable header. Paul Rutherford. Another one of the experienced players in the Bala side, and Bala, very experienced side, aren't they, Mark?
Yeah, they are. When you look at there's a nice view, isn't it, of the estuary there, I think.
Yeah, over towards the Wirral. Half an hour played, goalless at Caer Castell, in a match that Flint have to win if they're to stay in the race for the second and third position. Draw or lose, and there's no mathematical chance that they can close that gap.
Yeah, it'd be tough, especially when you haven't got the likes of Harrison Wild and Jack Kenny in the team. Back full of experience, especially Wild and Harrison in this division. But you look at Bala, like I said, mentioned Bala, you know, Anthony Kay, centre half, Dave Edwards, centre midfield, you know, Paul Rutherford, you know, on one wing, you know, Chris Venables when he's fit, you know, so they've got that experience. Alex Am's just played a number of games in the league. So, you know, yeah, they have got plenty. Been disappointed with Paul Rutherford this season. He hasn't shown, you know, the promise and the quality he had when he was at Wrexham. You know, he's a bit older now.
Well, Flint had a good first half of the season, didn't they, Mark? You know, they were at the split. I think they were within a point of second place, and it's just sort of fizzled out in the second half of the season with, okay, Mike Wilde, he's been missing for the last 2 or 3 matches. Jack Kenny's been a big miss as well.
Yeah, I think they've only won 2 games since January, so it's going to be very, you know, difficult. And, you know, they haven't got the depth of squad that, you know, the other teams have got around them. You know, and that's played, and I mean, get injuries to key players when you've got Wilde and Kenny, 26 goals between them. I know Mike Wilde's lost, you know, missed a few games with suspension as well, so he's not been available, you know, for a long period of time. And, you know, whether there was money there or not to strengthen the team in January, you know, they got in the top 6, you know, when they will, you know, knowing Neil Gibson, he'll want to, you know, improve on this season and especially push for an European spot, you know, this time next year.
Colin Caton, you saw there, by the way, the Bala manager on Tuesday night. It was his 750th match in charge as manager of Bala, all the way back to 2003, which is it's an absolutely outstanding record.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I played a friendly against one of his first games. It was not an official game, a friendly, but I think it was for Aberystwyth, because I was at Aberystwyth that season, and we remember going to Maesteg to play friendly, and Bala, I think they were in the Wrexham Area League then, I think. So they done, you know, where he's taken them from to where they are now is a huge achievement and huge credit to, you know, his passion for the club and for the game.
Now, this is the situation at the moment as things are. If things stay like this, then Bala will just leapfrog Newtown into second position. But Newtown can leapfrog back again if they beat Caernarfon at Latham Park tomorrow. There's a yellow card there for Nathan Peat for the challenge on Sam Hart.
Yeah, if Perabont, you know, Caernarfon get a win tomorrow, then, you know, they close the gap then on second and third.
Yep, they would go up to 43 points as we approach the end of the regular season before the playoffs to find out who will go into the Tunnock's Wafer Scottish Challenge Cup. Here's the incident, by the way, that saw Nathan Peat receive the yellow card missed time challenge.
Yeah, it looked worse in front of us here than it did there on, you know, on the replay.
Sean Smith drives forward, as he's at want of doing. Sean Smith, Tony Kay, and Dave Edwards. Plenty of time for the Welsh international. Now, tomorrow night at 7:45 on S4C, it's the European Challenge Cup Rugby. Dragons against Gloucester from Rodney Parade.
Is there a foul throw, or that just didn't come in? It must have come in if he's retaking a throw in.
Phillips with a long throw, just headed forward by Connor Harwood. Lovely evening here in northeast Wales, in Flint. Temperature just beginning to drop here. It's a lovely, lovely afternoon, sunny afternoon. Phillips with the free kick. Nash just directs the header and cleared away by Sean Smith. Dean Ebby just jumps with Phillips. Boris, oh, lovely touch. Releases Evans straight at Jake Phillips.
Yeah, disappointing end to that move. You know, great vision by Boris to find Will Evans, but you know, his quality hasn't been there this evening so far. He was at the post when he was offside. Great bit of quality then, but you know, it was spits and spurts from him compared to what we've seen last week.
Into the last 10 minutes of the first half, Sean Smith just interchanges with Will Evans. Oh, that was a good save by Ryan Woods. That appeared to be sneaking in at the far post from Sean Smith.
Yeah, great play here by Evans and Smith. You know, he's had a good game down the left, Smith, and you know, he was there to be it. And Ryan Woods not feeling the effects of his injury earlier on in the half. Again, had to make that crucial save with his left and, well, use both hands in. Turn that around for a corner.
And it's Brad Boris who's gone over left-footed. It's a good one to the far post, headed away by Mark Cadwallader. Ben Maher.
Yeah, keeps his eye on the ball. You know, gets his foot through it. Does the correct thing, goes across the goal rather than trying to get into the near post, making a keeper work.
Still to score this season, by the way, Sean Smith. As Weaver does well under pressure on the edge of his own penalty area and cleared away by Phillips, looking for Mark Cadwallader. Oh, Cadwallader! And Ramsey, he was awake. There's Alex Ramsey, just shoves Mark Cadwallader out of the way. He's a gentleman off the pitch, is Alex Ramsey, but he's a different character when he crosses that white line.
Yeah, you've got to be having it. You know, Ken McKenna was the same. You know, we never thought he was a footballer off the pitch who's, you know, nice to everyone, but on the pitch, well, different kettle of fish altogether.
Yeah, to say the same for Alex Ramsey. He's a lovely, lovely lad. He's the Bala Town keeper. Hart. Just cushioned in field by Connor Howard to Callum Bratley. Hart. Taken down by Kieran Smith. And an easy decision for Mr. Griffith to award the free kick.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a booking come in. But yeah, dived in. I think probably deserved the booking for that challenge because he's gone past him. And, you know, a very attacking position in rugby. I think they're called, is that the red zone?
It was. It was a scything challenge by Kieran Smith, and you've seen yellow cards given. The challenges like that, it's an opportunity here now for Jake Phillips and Sam Hart. Now Phillips to whip it in towards goal, or Hart to bend it outwards towards the penalty spot, towards the in-rushing Flint players who are queuing up. It's a bus queue on the far side. It's Phillips, too much on it.
Yeah, there was a bit of wind. I think it was coming behind us in the main stand. You know, would have probably assisted the free kick, but I don't think any of the corner flags are moving. So yeah, he needed just to take a little bit off that free kick. Jake Phillips, you can see what he was trying to do. Trying to just bend it in towards that top corner, try and get players then to run across the eye line of the Alex Ramsey in goal.
And it's Ramsey with the goal kick, headed forward by Sam Hart. Howard, Shannon clears away. And, we're into the last 5 minutes here at Caer Castell, still waiting for the first goal. Bratley. Dave Edwards with the defensive duties for Bala, and wins the throw-in.
Yeah. Flint trying to, you know, finish your half strongly. Probably, you know, 0-0, good reflection of the game's gone. Bala have had the best chances.
Sean Smith scampering down the left wing. Phillips across. Evans. Phillips was wise to that. Does well. Does very well, does Jake Phillips. And then just blots his copybook with a poor ball. Edwards. Pete just leaves it for Dave Edwards. An uncharacteristic poor ball by Dave Edwards.
Yeah, but when you regain possession, you've got to keep it in. I know the pitch is not helping, flow in football at times, but expect better, like I said, from Dave Edwards.
Who will be the happier of the two managers, Mark? Will it be Colin Caton or will it be Neil Gibson?
I think Neil Gibson, because you've got to look at, the saves that Ryan Woods has made to keep, the score 0-0. Bala have had the best chances. I know Conor Howard nearly going in at the far post when he dived in, and that one chance for Ross Weaver. But I think overall, I think Bala have had the better chances on target, made the keeper work that end of the pitch rather than Alexander. And much to do, was he?
Kay freedom to measure his cross, looking for Ebby, shanked by Hart, falls to Rutherford, looking for the run of Shannon. Shannon, can he get the ball into the box? And it's cleared away by Danny Roberts for a corner kick. There was danger there for Flint.
Yeah, better by Rutherford. I don't know why he didn't try and bend that in the far corner with his left foot, but he put Ollie Shannon in and got the corner kick.
Now it's Brad Boris. Again, left-footed into the middle of the box. Will Evans was there. It's back out to Boris. Boris controls, lifts the ball way beyond the target.
Yes, poor. Again, good pressure though to make him rush his decision what he was going to do when the ball came back to him. But Woods, justifying his place back in the side tonight. And the saves he's made.
Just over a minute remaining of the first half here. Woods, all the players congregated on the right-hand side from a Flint viewpoint. And another crunching challenge on Brad Boris by Ross Weaver.
Well, he wasn't. I think he just pulled him down more than anything, didn't he? Don't think he's used his feet for that tackle. I think dragged him down. It was a free kick. Gives Bala a chance to, get this ball towards the edge of the box right at the end of the first half.
High line by Flint. Ball towards Will Evans. And cleared away by Phillips, only as far as Kieran Smith. Oh, he got hold of that one, did Kieran Smith. Straight through to Ryan Woods in goal. Kieran Smith still looking for his first goal of the season.
Yeah, worth an effort. 25 yards out, caught it well. And then Ryan Woods right behind the ball. Gathered on a second or third attempt. Took the sting out of it. Good goalkeeping.
Into the last 30 seconds, we understand there'll be a minute added on at the end of the first half. And it's all square at the break, it seems. Evans looking for the run of Shannon. Shannon gets to the ball before Sam Hart. Will Evans is there, crossed over from the left wing to the right. 1 minute added at the end of the first half as Shannon whips the ball into the box. That one runs all the way out. And it's a goal kick and a disappointing end once again for Bala.
Yeah, not the best of crosses there by Ollie Shannon. Probably that will be it for the half. And Ryan Woods will take his time with this goal kick.
Final few seconds of the first half here at Caer Castell. Headed forward by Tony Kay. Now then, opportunity here for Connor Howard. Howard got Ross Weaver behind him and wins the throw in. So one last opportunity possibly as we enter the final few seconds. Will Mr Griffith allow the throw in to be taken? Jake Phillips got to be quick here. We've played over the minute. Phillips with the long throw play continues headed away, and now Mr Griffith blows the final whistle at the end of an evenly contested first half here at Caer Castell. Dean Ebby with a header well saved by Ryan Woods. Connor Howard, well, he was so close to putting the home side ahead within well, a hair's breadth, it must be said, of turning the ball in at the far post. And then Will Evans also had a couple of opportunities. Colin Caton and Neil Gibson both should be relatively happy with the situation here at the break. It's Flint 0, Bala 0, and it's over to Dylan.
Nick a Malcolm, diolch yn fawr iawn. Tipyn o gêm gystadleuol fan hyn yn yr hanner cynta rhwng y Fflint a'r Bala. Penwythnos mawr i ddod yn uwch gyngred Cymru JD, hynny ar ddiwedd wythnos fawr. Pawb yn chwarae ganol wythnos hefyd, dyma ddigwyddodd. Mae Marsan yn ôl yn y tîm y Dre Newydd yn ei chymryd i yn gyflym, yn glyfar. Reshton Williams yn disgwyl yn y canol. Wandwy! Tor o'r postyn! Rhys Griffiths yn clyrio yn y Pêl-droed.
Ni gallu gweld Mandwy mewn siwc yn mynd y le. Oedd e gallu pigo fe allan, oedd e ergyd. Wel, oedd hi'n dipyn o foli. Lwcus i'r dyn ifanc.
Craig Williams, capten y Dre Newydd, Mr Dre Newydd. Dros y bêl ymhen y bod. Williams! O'r gol! Yr gornel ucha! Am eiliad i'r capten, oedd hi'n berffeth! A mae'n bwysig iawn i'r Dre Newydd. Pen y bod dim, y Dre Newydd 1.
Oedd dim cyfle gyda Ashley Morris yn y gol fyna. Dyn ni wedi gweld safon Craig Williams yn ystod y blynyddoedd, a mae hwnna'n un o'r goliau fydd e yn hoed, sy'n ni'n meddwl, yn ei ddeg ucha.
Mae di-ystyr i'r Dre Newydd yn gêm beryg, a dwi'n euog o chwarae'r gêm na'n aml yn hunan. Maen nhw'n profi unwaith eto fe mor beryglus yn Mwandwy. Rwy'n gallu taro targed, pwmpa. Mwandwy, Dre Newydd! Mae'n fwy y Dre Newydd. Mwandwy di taro eto. Maen nhw'n agasau i'r ail safle yna.
Wel, ni'n meddwl bod y cyfle wedi mynd. Wedi cymeryd falle un i ddwy cyfyrddiad yn ormod. Chwarae dal lawr y chwith, a mae hon yn dipyn o bil mewn i cyfeiriad Mwandwy am gol. Thwmp gan Thwmp am Mwandwy.
Gwych gan y Dre Newydd.
Louis, come and get it, Lou.
Hyfryd at Woods. Woods, taro targed, Jones yn y digon. Os na gyfle i Snaith, os na gyfle i Ben y Bont. Dal yno, Whitmore yng nghanol popeth. Ceid Owen, eto mynd am y croesiad, a'r cyfforddiad dros y bar. Georgievski, dwi'n credu gath y cyfforddiad lleia.
Gwych gan Dave Jones. Welon ni un i ddoi ar bediad da gyda fe dros penwythnos, a mae hon yn un o'r rhain eto.
Ceid Owen a them y gol am arbediad gan Jones.
Wel, Owen fan hyn, mae'n mynd am gol. Mae'n syml yn ni. Pawb yn disgwyl y croesiad. Dave Jones ar bediad arall.
Croesiad peryglus. Sabre! Yn ei gollwng hi! Cyfle fan hyn! Oedd wedi cael ei harbed yn wirthiol gan Lee Jenkins ar y linell i Aberystwyth. Y camgymeriad gan Sabre. Y cyfle i Hwlffordd a Jenkins yn arbed Aberystwyth. Fil yn digon o le o fan hyn. Parhau i fynd Fil at y postyn pellan. Matty Jones ar ei drod chwith, nath ddim dalu, ond am gyfle i Owain Jones ar ei drod chwith, oedd hi'n hedfan tuag at y gornel, ond am arbediad gan Idzi. Wel, Matty Jones, fe ar ei drod chwith, ddim yn dal y bêl o gwbl, ac yna Owain Jones yn gwyro'r bêl rownd y gornel. Jones a fil dros y gecrydd, fil a hi, mae'n un dda! Ac mae'n gol! A Bradford sy'n ei sgorio i Aberystwyth, yr amddiffynwr canol, wedi sgorio gol eiraidd i'r ymwelwyr yn y ras i aros yn uwch gyngrau'r Cymru.
Evans. Flint. Sgwrs fydd o, mae tymor nesaf na Fflint ag tymor da. Evans yn gwneud yn anu yn y cwrt Cosby, bydd dau chwaraewr ar ergyd. O, fflachu fe'r postyn bella. Rhediad wych gan y cefn o'r chwith. Ac oedd hwnna yn bell. O reidr fydd yn cefn ar y blaen. Neil Erdley ar groesiad i mewn teg at George Horan yn arbeniad yn fflachu be'r postyn pella. Oedd Jones yn poeni am hwnna. Beniad da gan George Horan. Yn ciwio fyny ar y postyn pella. Ar ôl beniad, mae'n disgyn i John Disney ar ei droed chwith. Bas, cisio bod ei glyfar. Rodgers wedyn yn cisio lledu'r chwarae. Mae Erdley'n darllan hwnna. Erdley, allan i Disney. Groesiad ddifn i mewn teg at Aaron Edwards ar y postyn pella. A mae Edwards o flaen. Torres yr amddiffynwr. A mae di rhoi Ceicona ar y blaen. Oedd hi'n groesiad wych i mewn o'r ochr dde, 6 munud o'r hanner yn weddill. Mi oedd hi'n dod. Pŵl, teg at y postyn pella. Golwr yn dod yn ei chaslu'n hawdd. Gwaith da gan Melo. Oedd yna deill y meddiant, ond mae Harris yn dymithu hwnna. Na, mae di chael ei mewn y tro yma. I sathrodd ar y bêl. Danny Holmes yn thynnu ar draws y cwrt 6. Cam gymered erchill yn yr amddiffyn gan derwydd o'n cefn.
Oedd o'n Melo.
Rown i Harrison, wneud smonach o'r cyfla. Yn dylwcus iddo fod ar y neb yn y gol. Ar yr ail gynnig. Chyman ni teg at y Milwcwrt Cosby Aaron Edwards yn rhywbeth ail o'r noson fe'i ben.
Well done.
O rwan wedi selio'r fuddugoliaeth i dîm Craig Harrison.
Day yn ôl at Cooper. Croesiad, fewn at McLagan. A'r penderfyniad yn cael ei wneud yn syth. McLagan yn cael ei dynnu lawr yn y cwrt. Mae'n gicwr smotyn. A cyfle i'r Barry gymryd y blaen. Yn erbyn y tîm dyn nhw heb curo mewn 5 cynnig cyn heno. McLagan, capten y Barry o'r smotyn. I roi y Barry ar y blaen. Sgorio dde o'r smotyn i union i'r sgôr. Yng Coed. Yn y gêm diwethaf rhwng y ddau yma, tro yma yn rhoi y Barry ar y blaen. Emlyn Lewis. O! Mae yna gerdyn fan hyn. Cerdyn melyn yw hi. McLagan methu credu'r peth, mi oedd wedi curo Emlyn Lewis fyna. A wedyn ni bod Emlyn Lewis yn lwcus o edrych ar safle ar y ca. Tom Owen, y dyfarnwr, amlwg yn meddwl bod gormod o waith y McLagan i wneud fyna. Taflad hir arall gan Matthew Chubb ar ddechrau'r ail hanner yma. Mae'n mynd yn holl ffordd yn ôl at y posti pella. Mike Lewis yn dyrnu mas. Elliot Evans. Mae gefn tuag at gol. Harry Owen hefyd, fe'n troi. Ond yn mynd heibio i pawb. Chubb yn tynnu yn ôl. Ac Emlyn Lewis oedd yna yn y cwrt i roi'r ergyd i fewn, ond dwi ddim yn taro y targed yn cael ei gwyro mas. Emlyn Lewis a'i ben yn ei ddwylo mas am cic cornel mae'n mynd. A cyfle ar ddechrau yr ail hanner i'r Met daro nôl. Harry Owen yw hwn. Mae yn y cwrt. Cael ei yrru mas gan Michael George. Y Barry yn ymddiffyn yn gadarn hyd yn hyn. Ond mae Elliot Evans mewn lle. A mae hwnna yn mynd heibio i'r postyn agos oedd hi. A Ceri o le i Elliot Evans yn y cwrt. Yn anffodus iddo fe. Ergyd. Mae'n heibio i'r nod. Munud yn unig yn weddill Tom Price. A marbeniad pwysig gan Mike Lewis.
Ambell i fuddugoliaeth fawr ganol wythnos. Fel hyn mae pethau ar hyn o bryd. Mae hynny'n cynnwys gêm heno. Felly tasau'n gorffen fel hyn. Pwynt ychwanegol i'r Bala'n codi nhw i'ch ben y dre newydd i'r ail safle. Ond gall lot newid yn y 3 chwarter awr nesaf yn amlwg. Dre newydd yn cwrdd â Caernarfon fori. Malcolm Allen di ddod lawr o'r pwynt sylwebu gan y cwmni fi yn ystod yr egwyl. Cyn y gêm, Malc, so ti sôn bod y fantes gan y Bala gan bod nhw'n chwarae gyntaf. Beth am yr hanner gyntaf? Dwi'n di fanteisio eto?
Wel, sy'n fi'n dweud, chwarter awr cyntaf ni mewn, ond nhw'n dechrau ddod i mewn ni a reoli meddiant, so wedyn, pan ti'n reoli meddiant, ti'n reoli tempo, ond wedyn, yn sydyn, nath newid siap gyda Neil Gibson i fynd o 4 yn cefn i 3 yn y cefn, wel 5 i ddeu gwir, efo'r wingbacks yn syrthio nôl i amddiffyn. Mae hynna di pyslo nhw byn bach, ac os am bolcha di mwy. O'ch ti'n gweld y pêl lletraws ma, o'r ei Jake Phillips am bwysa efo Will Evans yn y 10 munud cyntaf na, ond dom di digwydd o syni. Erbyn maen nhw'n ei gwynebau nhw, maen nhw wedi pwysio gwrthio fyny'r cae pyn bach, maen nhw mewn cysylltiad efo'i gilydd. Os a ddim fatha rhythm i chwarae Bala ddim mwy. Felly aros yn y gêm oedd yn egas cyn dechrau'r gêm yn ystafell newid i Neil Gibson a ddynion, a cerwch allan i brofi pwynt bych dylech chi fod yn y tîm yma. Erbyn sa pawb yn ffit, sa hanner ein ddim yn y tîm cyntaf. Felly, maen nhw wedi tynnu sylw am y pethau iawn, ond rwan mae'r pwysa, mae'r nyrfa, mae'r tensiwn yn cynyddu ar y Bala i fynd allan ac i'r gêm, herwydd mae'r bwrdd na fanna, 1 pwynt o flaen dre newydd, yn ysbrydoli fi fel Chris Hughes a'r chwaraewyr am fori i fynd allan ac i'r Caernarfon.
Ie, mae'n siŵr fod nhw'n gwylio ac yn gobeithio am yr un peth yn yr ail hanner. Dechrau cwpl o gyfleoedd o'r hanner cyntaf na, fel ti'n sôn Malcolm, dechrau da ran y Bala.
Oedd, am foli di hwnna, mae'n sôn o postyn mewn camp sefyll, ond so wedyn ni hwnna fo'r cyfle cyntaf, union un peth, union un pêl lletraws, ond nath o ddim. Ond anyway, hwn oedd y cyfle gorau yma ni'r Bala, lle mae middle ebi wneud y well. Mae Bawres yn wneud yn wych, mae'r foli'n un da, i bostyn pell am mynd i'r wrth y gol, felly mae'n gwrdd penio nôl y draws, mae'n wneud yn union, ond mae rhai fo lwpio i.
Ond nhw angen Benzema.
Oce, mae'n ei bibach mwy clinigol yn y cwrt gwech na ni, fel nath ni weld efo'r Real Madrid nos yn o blaen. Ond dal i ddeud middle ebi wneud y well, ond da ni'n gweld y Bala, hon oedd hanner cyfle arall, pwy sy'n dod i fewn, lle mae ebi? Lle mae chwaraewyr y Bala yn dilyn hon i fewn, mae rhai fo fynd y draws y gol, felly ti'n rhaid gweld yn ei tiart y ffordd. A mae'na gol yna. Felly chwarae da gan y Bala yn y diwedd. Ond am gyfle gath y Fflint o chwarae all y cae. Sut na ddywethu hwnna?
Mae'n man i ni weld i unwaith eto, felly. Mae Nick dal mewn sioc, ti'n credu, Malcolm?
Mae'n dwi'n gwybod, mi oedd o'n pôs bach efo sylwebaeth Nick, doedd am hon. Mae'n cymryd oesoedd i gyrraedd y postyn pellas, bia, bom. Mae'n cymryd rhyw 2 eiliad. Mae'n yna lot o amser mewn Pêl-droed i bêl gyrraedd. Da ni'n edrych ar Wener, mae'n dim yn hawdd i reoli'r hanner foli, ond mae laid i harwyd. Dwi'n meddwl mae'n spin ar y bêl. Mae'n spin yn fanna sy'n cyflymu bethau. Ond mae gen i fo un lygad ar y postyn. Fel y bwysodwr, mae gen i fo un lygad ar y postyn. Ydy o'n mynd i frifo hyn? Hei, dim ots os ti'n brifo hyn os ti'n sgorio gol. Mae'n neud i rywun ddeud yna wrth ni glis yn ystod y hanner egwyl yma. Ond cyfle gorau'r gem.
Dyna'n union o'n i'n mynd i holi. Chi di ateb y cwestiwn. Ie, mae'n siŵr byddwn ni'n poeni.
Mae gen i sap rôl di wall, mae'n ogyn del gofes.
Be ni'n disgwyl wedi'r egwyl yn yr ail hanner yma. Fel ti'n sôn, os oedd y fantes gan y Bala cyn y gêm, mae rhaid bod y pwysau bach ar y Bala nawr felly.
Dim cwestiwn, ond mae gen nhw lethr i gicio lawr yn yr ail hanner. Mae'r gwynt i fi bach yn ei erbyn nhw, ond yn sicr mae'n ei gwahaniaeth ar y cae yma. Mae'n rhaid i'r Fflint cadw i safon canolbwyntio, maen nhw wedi blino ar hanner cyntaf, maen nhw wedi gweithio mor galad i'w gilydd, enwedig ti'n edrych ar Cadwaladr a Harwood i fyny llinell fain, maen nhw wedi reid un o'r gwmpas, di Pete a Kay ddim yn licio hynny. Felly gan i weld sy'n ail hanner ddechrau, cyn i ni weld i datblygu wedyn tan diwedd y gêm. Aros yn y gêm, mor hir efo chdi, a gobeithio geith Fflint y gyfla, ond mae rhaid i'r Bala curo hon, hanfodol yn y marni.
Be sydd wedi taro fi yn yr wythnos diwetha, gweld y dre newydd dwywaith, mae rhywbeth amdanyn nhw ar hyn o bryd, os oes unrhyw un yn gallu cymryd mantes, mae dre newydd yn barod i gymryd mantes.
Does o byd cryfach a momentum. Hyder maen nhw'n deud yn stafell newid o momentum. Ti'n fawr agwedd penderfynol, mae'n mynd allan bob disadwn neu gan wythnos i ennill gema. Dyna beth mae dre newydd wneud, dyna beth mae'n Bala wneud. Be sy'n digwydd enno?
Mae'n gret i ni. Ni
Gret i ni.
Ni chi'n gweld tu ôl ni, mae'r chwaraewyr yn ôl ar y cae yn barod am yr ail hanner. Malcolm, diolch yn fawr iawn am y cwmni. Nwyd eto, gych chi glywed Malcolm yn ystod yr ail hanner. Mae fe'n mynd nôl fyny i'r pwynt sylwebu. Coeddiad wedi dod ddoi ynglyn â'r trwyddedau. Mae angen trwydded i chwarae yn uwch gyngrau'r Cymru. Angen trwydded i chwarae yn rhan fwyaf o'r cyngreiriau yn y pyramid. A fel hyn mae o ran y clybiau sydd wedi bod yn llwyddiannus sy'n cadarnhau bod e-bus yn esgyn. Llongyfarchiadau enfawr iddyn nhw. Beth sydd ddim yna yw dau o'r clybiau eraill sy'n gallu esgyn o'r de. Rhain sydd wedi bod yn aflwyddiannus, a mae fe'n cynnwys Llanelltid Fawr y Pontypridd. Llanelltid Fawr ar y brig yn y de, Pontypridd yn ail. Gall unrhyw un o'r rhain i esgyn, ond dim mynd i cael y drwydded. Mae yna apel, felly gan i weld beth ddaw o'r apel, a nhw'n ni ddim neidio i unrhyw benderfyniadau cyn hynny. Dewch i ni fynd on at yn tîmau sylwebu nesaf. Felly, remember we got English language commentary. That's on YouTube, on S4C Click, a mae Cymraeg ar S4C Click hefyd, ac ar Facebook. Malcolm Allen yn ôl yn y pwynt sylwebu wrth ochr Nick Farry.
Welcome back. Thank you, Dylan. No changes at the break in either side. Goalless at the end of the first half. As Mr. Wener Griffiths just checks with both keepers. And away we go. And it's Flint playing from right to left in the black and white stripes. Bala in red. Nathan Pete. Yellow carded in the first half, and one or two meaty challenges, it must be said. And no surprises, Mark, that both teams start the second half as they finish the first.
Yeah, I think Neil Gibson will be happy with the way his team, defended, especially Ryan Woods in goal, and then Colin Keating up. Probably more than happy with, what they did create, but weren't clinical enough to take the lead in that first half.
Kieran Smith is in a bit of pain here, and Ross Weaver, well, I don't think there was any malice at all here. Just have a look at this one again, Mark.
Yeah, I think he's turned his back. He's not deliberately gone in, and that hurts. Just on top here, instep on the ankle, and he's in some pain, I think, Kieran Smith. It'll be a big loss for Samsi, nearly got injured as well, falling over the physio.
And there was a coming together of both sets of teams, but Kieran Smith, he's in a lot of pain here. And I wonder if it's the old metatarsal type injury, possibly, that Ross Weaver has inflicted unintentionally here.
Yeah, he's in pain, but
well, he has received a yellow card from Mr. Griffith.
I think, he turns his back. I don't think he's deliberately gone to... He's put his foot out for balance. He's got his eye on the ball. He hasn't got a clue where Kieran Smith is, so he's just gone there to protect the ball. He's in possession of the ball, so he's nowhere near.
Totally agree, Matt.
It's not deliberate, and I think, that is not worthy of a yellow card. And I think if the referee watches that again, like he told me he would, straight after he gets home tonight, then I think might agree with me that should have been a red card. No doubt I got a text off him later on tonight or tomorrow morning.
Options on the bench, by the way. There's no substitute keeper for Bala tonight. There's Anthony Stevens, Johnny Spittle, Lasana Mendes, Ollie Southern, and Danny Walker-Rice. And it's Anthony Stevens and Lasana Mendes who are warming up on the touchline.
Yeah, it just depends on what Colin Keating wants. If he wants to go attacking, you go for Mendes. If you want someone just to sit in there in front of the back four, you more likely go with Anthony Stevens.
Fiona Evans is the Bala physiotherapist. And remember, Monday night, only at 10 o'clock on S4C, highlights of all the weekend's matches in the JD Cymru Premier on Sgorio. And there'll also be a programme on Easter Monday of all that afternoon's matches as well. And Kieran Smith, he's going to soldier on.
I was going to say he
he's
wanted
moving
to breathe,
freely, isn't he? Yeah.
I wanted to breathe. We only started the second half on me. Had 15 minutes.
Ramsey. There's a long one looking for the run of Pete. Pete is in there! Oh, Nathan Pete! He scored the equaliser against the New Saints on Tuesday evening. It was just a long punt upfield by Alex Ramsey, and Nathan Pete scores his 7th goal of the season.
Yeah, there's one direct long ball in behind, and the Flint defence go to sleep. Sam Hart, Ben Nash, nothing Woods can do this time, and Pete carried on. Maybe Nash and Hart thought that was going to go out for a goal kick, but Nathan Pete, so alive in the box. He's alive in his own box, but there he was alive in Flint Town's box, and he's put Bala ahead, and Colin Keaton would be more than delighted with that.
Well, he took that like a seasoned centre forward on the volley, first time, and the only place that he could put it really was just slightly to the left of the keeper, so that it went in at the far post.
But then you look at now, that goal came from a free kick. Ross Weaver on that challenge on Kieran Smith, which we thought wasn't a free kick, and then they go up and score. So I don't think Neil Gibson will be very happy, with that.
Another long ball, just punted forward by Ramsey. Cleared the field by Callum Brackley, looking for Mark Cadwallader. Pete. Kieran Smith. Sean Smith. Smith just leaves Weaver standing. Weaver does well under pressure. He's got to be very careful here as Ross Weaver. Howard. Cadwallader. Lovely play. Lovely interchange between Connor Howard and Mark Cadwallader. Howard up against Sean Smith. Smith as well. There's Kieran Smith who's in there.
Yeah, good run by Connor Howard. It's not easy to run, and keep control of the ball on this dry surface. But he did try and, get that attack going for Flint, try and get back into this game. And he's looking for a corner, which he never had.
And Neil Gibson, he knows, quick, rueful shake of the head there by the Flint Town United manager. He knows, to all intents and purposes, the season ends today, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. They've got the playoffs. They've got the playoffs to look forward to. And, you look at, again, first of all, the free kick that led to the goal. And then you look then at how he defended that, direct ball into the box. He didn't deal with it. They've seen he had lapses the other night against Carnarvon, and they've had the lapse, again here tonight, and, it's not what you want to see.
Well, it was just one long ball over the top, and on the way, Kai Edwards looked at the keeper after the ball went in. Spoke volumes, really. Nash. Oh, Nash! That was a nasty challenge by Kieran Smith. Oh, dear me.
That's a bit of a... He's dived in there. He's looking to get away with that one. I know he got the ball, but someone's getting a yellow card, and I think it's
Danny Roberts this time who gets the yellow card.
Yeah, it must be for dissent, I think, that one.
So he joins Ross Weaver in Mr. Griffiths' little black book. They're starting to get a bit frustrated now, the Flint Town players and fans.
Yeah, they are. I think, they know, they're behind. They should be raising their team now, but I think, it was a free kick, that one. Even though he got the ball, it's just the manner of the challenge, his trailing leg. Just chop Ben Nash in half.
Well, it was a scissors challenge, you could call it, as Phillips just whips the ball forward, cleared away by Kay Boris. Was looking for Dean Ebby. Not seen a lot of Dean Ebby this evening after that header in the first half. Kay, and the foul awarded. Foul by Tony Kay on Mark Cadwallader. Mr. Griffiths just had to get a little bit of a grip on the game here.
That's getting a bit tasty now. You know, didn't see much of this in the first half, but now we're getting a bit of, you know, bit of passion, bit of pride into it, and both, you know, Cydwalder and Anthony Kay, both experienced players. You know, this is where, you know, the referee needs, you know, eyes in the back of his head, but also, you know, some assistance from the assistant referees and the fourth official.
Now it's Ben Maher and Sam Hart over the free kick for Flint Town United. It's Maher over the far side looking for Edwards. And headed away by Dave Edwards, falls for Kai Edwards. They're asking for a penalty. Handballs the claim. Brackley just showed too much of that to Kieran Smith, who just clears it upfield. Phillips launches the ball back into the box, looking for Callum Brackley. Oh, lovely touch by Callum Brackley! Oh, well, he had the opportunity there. He had Harwood, he had Cydwalder in the box. Couldn't find either of them.
Oh, he's done the hard work. He's a fantastic touch, you know, bringing that down, you know, in behind Pete. And then I think the ball just got caught, stuck him, you know, under his feet. Still here, a chance.
Phillips with a header, and it was cleared away for a corner kick by Tony Kay, and all of a sudden it's the Bala defence who are under all types of pressure.
Yeah, again, that long throw causing problems, and I think Ben Nash got his, you know, the flick header backwards, and Anthony Kay had to be alert to divert that over for a corner. So Flint put the pressure on, and that's it. The action Neil Gibson would have wanted after his team gone behind early on in the second half.
10 minutes played. Nathan Pete's goal separating the sides. It's Sam Hart with a deep corner kick to the far side, headed in by Connor Howard. And there was Mark Cydwalder with a header.
Yeah, it was quite an easy save there for Ramsey. Couldn't get the power in, you know, leaning back, you know, ball just in behind him, so he couldn't get the power in to trouble Ramsey.
Another huge clearance upfield looking for Dean Ebby. Ramsey's getting behind these clearances. Alex Jones there, banned for a headbutt on George Hughes at Newtown a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a big loss when he's not playing. You know, another player not available for Neil Gibson. Alex Jones, influential in the middle of the park.
Cydwalder, Howard, lovely touch to control the ball from Connor Howard. Ball kept in play, Boris looking for the run of Rutherford, scampering run by Paul Rutherford. Ball whipped in by Ollie Southern, cleared away by Danny Roberts. Kay, Sean Smith. And he's got space, he's got time. Dean Ebby. Ebby just ricochets off Jake Phillips and goes out for a corner kick to Bala Town.
Yeah, I'll take that, you know, especially after Flint have been putting the pressure on in the last 5 minutes. You know, take the sting out of the game, you know, the end of the field, and you know, they'll try and capitalise now on the frailties in the Flint defence, you know, in the recent games to try and double their advantage.
Here's Paul Rutherford with the corner kick for Bala Town, former Wrexham player. It's a deep one to the far side, headed back in by Nathan Peete once again. Dave Edwards! He had a clear view, clear shot on goal for the former Welsh international. Deflected out for a corner.
Yeah, another half chance, you'd say. Came out to Dave Edwards on the volley, does everything right, keeps it down. And, you know, bodies in front there. Just what you expect from players who play for Neil Gibson. Throw everything on the line.
It's Brad Boris with the corner kick, and cleared away. Back to Boris, gets an opportunity again just to lift the deeper ball, this time to the far side. Too much on it.
Yeah, a bit too deep, looking for the Nebby at the far post. Well, they were trying to use the wind to bring that back in. You know, you can see Woods, he's gone one way and then the wind's brought it back. You know, so the wind has picked up. You know, we're seeing, you know, the first half that it died down a bit, but I think
picked up in the second half.
Well, Nathan Peate's goal has certainly changed things, and Bala Town have now opened a 3-point gap on Newtown. And the goal difference is one closer as well. So as things stand, the pressure on Chris Hughes' Newtown before they face Caernarfon tomorrow.
Yeah, that won't be easy tomorrow for Chris Hughes. Caernarfon will be going there full of confidence after, you know, beating Flint here on Tuesday night.
The matches tomorrow, by the way, are Pêl-droed against Haverfordwest, Cardiff Met against Aberystwyth, Penybont, New Saints, and the live match on Sgorio on YouTube and Facebook live. 5:15 kick-off, Barry and Connors Quay, which is well, a big match down at the bottom. Oh, poor clearance there by Ramsey. Howard, and it just ricochets off Howard, and opportunity's gone.
Yeah, they're lucky there, Conor Howard, and you know, Sean Smith done well, because you know, he could have brought him down, so he just, you know, delayed his challenge. The second one, there was a poor kick by Ramsey that led to that opportunity.
And an uncharacteristically poor clearance by Alex Ramsey, who's usually so dependable. Interesting discussion there between Neil Gibson and Conor Howard. I don't think the Flint manager was too enamoured with Howard's efforts. And there's a coming together again between Tony Kay and Mark Cadwallader here.
Fourth official. The assistant referee, he's been flagging in front of the Flint bench, so no doubt Iwan Griffith will be going to have a chat with the fourth official, the assistant referee.
Yeah.
John B. Bryant, he just throws him down, probably a booking here just to calm Anthony Kay down.
Well, that was a wrestling move, that one by Tony Kay, and now he's calling. Who's he calling over here? Well, he's calling Tony Kay over. He's reaching. He's going for the red card. He's going for the red card. Well, I'm absolutely flabbergasted, Mac. I am absolutely speechless.
I'd like to see that again before I make any further comment, but I think, you know, as the assistant referee's flagged, so Iwan Griffith's gone over to the assistant for advice, so we can see they're both never a red card. That is never a red card. Is it a yellow card? I don't know. You know, probably it's borderline a yellow card, never mind the red.
Well, he's just kicked the home team's dressing room door, but that is a very, very contentious decision. And Bala are going to have to play with 10 men for over a quarter of the match.
Surely, I think he can, you know, Iwan Griffith did not see that incident. Okay, he's the assistant referee. He had to go on, you know, what he was told by the assistant referee, and that's why he made this decision. You know, so the fault probably not with the referee, more so the assistant referee for making more of a, you know, mountain out of a molehill, you should say.
Phillips whips a low one in. So Dave Edwards got all the time in the world to clear the ball upfield. Bala are preparing a substitute for Rutherford. Just clears, but it's Ben Marr who's awake to the danger, and it's Anthony Stevens who's going to come on.
I'd imagine it'd be Paul Rutherford coming off, but I don't think, you know, if Bala can hold on here, you know, for the victory, they can appeal, you know, and I think they will appeal that, unless, but for me, for decisions like that, they should be overturned automatically. They shouldn't need to be going into appeal where the clubs have got to pay, you know, a nominal fee to put an appeal in. So I think, you know, they can appeal, and
imagine and guess that that would be overturned by the panel. Otherwise, he's got to miss 3 games. You know, the remaining 3 games of Bala season.
Yep. He's going to miss the remaining 3 games that Bala have got. At home to Newtown, away at Caernarfon, and at home to Pen-y-bont, which could or will decide if Bala finish 2nd or 3rd. A lovely ball releasing Sean Smith. He's got Boris with him. He's got Will Evans on the far side. Boris goes for the near post, and it took a smart save from Ryan Woods.
Yeah, good counter-attacking move there from Bala. Smith, great ball into Boris. Fantastic first touch. You know, maybe he could have gone down. You know, minimal contact, but we've seen them given. Across Ben Mari goes, you know, that little arm on the shoulder. Just puts him off that little bit. And that's why he had to go for the near post, because the ball's just underneath his left foot. But again, you know, Woods there making a save.
And it's Boris who's come over to take the corner kick for Bala Town, leading 1-0 but down to 10 men, headed by Nathan Peat once again. It was Stevens this time, rather. Former Prestatyn player Anthony Stevens used to play under Neil Gibson at Prestatyn Town. Phillips.
Yes.
All forward looking for Cadwaladr.
He's got a good eye for the player, Neil Gibson.
Brackley. 25 minutes remaining here, approaching the halfway point of the second half. Bala down to 10 men. Anthony Kay sent off 5 minutes ago. Very, very contentious decision. As Ben Nash almost just miscontrols the ball. Phillips looking for the run of Connor Howard. Brackley under pressure from Dean Ebby, and a free kick awarded by the referee, who was within feet of the incident.
Yeah, that was, you know, and you know, just under the nose of the referee. The Bala have got to, you know, regroup, get together, stay as a unit. They wouldn't want to concede now.
It's Nathan Peat's 48th minute goal which separates the sides in a match that Flint Town United have to win if they've any realistic ambitions of finishing in 2nd or 3rd. It's Ben Ma and Jake Phillips over the ball. It's one off the training ground. Sam Hart just whips it in, and it's comfortable for Alex Ramsey.
Yeah, one they've worked on. I think one I've seen before from Flint. It's good to see, you know, teams do work on set plays during training sessions. Is a pivotal part of football these days.
Flint Town United, 1 win only in their last 10 games. They've lost 6 of the last 10 here at Caer Castell, and they're on the verge of another defeat here against Bala Town.
Will Evans done well there, winning a throw-in, you know, deep in Flint's half. Oh, maybe Jake Phillips should have done better. He tried to shield the ball out for a corner, for a goal kick, and then good pressure by Evans. Again, just waste a few precious seconds for Bala with the 10 men.
Sean Smith. Good play there by Ben Ma. Just plays the ball against Brad Boris, and he goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I don't think Lee Jones is here tonight, so I think Mike Wilde probably stepping in, a licence holder.
Bala not in any rush at all to take this throw in. Cadwallader goes just to collect the ball. Well, just slowing things down, Mac.
Yeah, they need to, because they, you know, with Flint now, you know, got a man advantage. They need to just take a sting out of the game. There's a head injury.
Yeah, there's a head injury here to Ben Maher.
It's a cold night as well, and so that probably sting a bit more than it would if it was in the summer.
Bala down to 10 men. Anthony Kay sent off after 61 minutes coming together with Mark Cadwallader. And, the referee, Mr. Iwan Errol Griffiths, going on the recommendation of his fourth official. Here it is again. Oh no, sorry, that was the this is the incident to Ben Maher here now.
Yeah, he just jumps in, doesn't look at the ball. Probably worthy of a free kick, maybe, to Flint. But I don't know if, you know, if the referee watches the game back tonight now, and knowingly, if he admits he's made an error with that red card, can he then inform the league or the FAW to say, I've made a mistake, that should be overturned?
Yeah. Well, you'd hope he would be able to, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah. You know, retrospectively, just, you know, say, you know, admit as not his mistake, but as a team of officials, you know, we've made an error. Bala been clever here, been cute, you know, trying to waste as much time as they can. Wouldn't surprise me if we see another card in Bala's shirt's colour before the end of the evening.
Game management, Mark, it's called, isn't it? Good game management by Colin Caton, just slowing things down, just frustrating Flint, just disrupting the pattern of play. Kieran Smith, he's taken the captain's armband since Tony Kay went off.
Yeah, we were up in Scotland last night with the Welsh school side and 2-0 up and keeping the ball in a corner, and the Scottish coach is saying that's not football. We just said, well, no, it's not, but it's game management.
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, Bryn.
As the manager of the Wales schools team, beating his Scottish counterparts in Annan, I think you were, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Annan Athletic last night, 2-0. England up in Ferry now on Thursday night.
It's out of interest, we're in Caer Castell in Flint in the JD Welsh Premier. How was it comparable to Annan? You know, what was the setup like, the stands and the pitch and what have you?
Yeah, it was a nice setup. It was a 3G pitch. They had a stand, you know, alongside, down one side of the field, and one behind the goal. And changing areas were behind the goal and stuff in the clubhouse. But yes, I think they're in Scottish Division 2, I think, so they probably could come across one of the, you know, the wafer thin cup that they play in, you know, the Cymru Premier team. So yeah, you might get one of the teams going up there, but I think it's not a bad run. It's only about 7 miles over the border of England into Scotland, so it was quite a nice didn't have to travel as far as Inverness or Aberdeen or something to play the game. But yeah, it's good little setup, and we had a fantastic welcome up there yesterday and Wednesday.
And as you say, you know, they're in the Scottish second division, so they will be in the Tunnock's Wafer.
Yeah, Tunnock's Wafer, that's the one.
The Wafer Thin Challenge Cup. So, you know, there's a distinct possibility that they could be facing Bala, Flint, whoever, couldn't they?
Yeah, I think I spoke to the commercial director of Queen of the South, which is a few miles down the road, on Wednesday night, and he was saying they played, I'm pretty sure it was TNS.
They did. They did.
You know, a few years ago, so you know, we were talking about that competition the other night and the Cymru Premier teams, and I said, oh, Connors Key got to the final, lost to Inverness, you know, 3 years ago, so they do take an interest up there of the Cymru Premier teams, which is good to see.
But I'll tell you why I remember that they played TNS. They played TNS at Park Hall, did Queen of the South. It went to penalties. And that year they decided to use the ABBA penalty system. And the Queen of the South manager, he had absolutely no idea what was going on. So I had to stand next to him and I had to explain to him, "Oh, you're now behind by 1. No, you're now behind by 2." So that was an interesting experience. That was explaining to a Scottish football club manager how the penalty shootout went.
Yeah, I remember watching that on Sgorio. I think, didn't James McFadden, the ex-Everton player, play for him? Yeah,
he did indeed, yes.
But yeah, because we played there that season, I think, 4 years ago, I think it was with the Welsh schools against Scotland. Yeah. Beat them then as well.
Danny Roberts.
It's good to see some players, you know, especially on Flint side. You know, we've had in the squad Dan Roberts on the ball now, Ben Nash, Connor Harwood, you know, have all played, you know, in that team for me over the past few years. So that, you know, there's a number of, you know, these players coming through and that system and playing in the Cymru Premier.
Yeah, it shows that there's a pathway through to the main league here in Wales.
And I think there was about half a dozen in the Wales C squad last week. You know, so they've gone through that, and I think, you know, the experience they get of international football at that age holds them in good stead then when they, you know, play at a senior level, whether it's, you know, semi-professional, professional. So it's a good stepping stone for these players.
Approaching the final 15 minutes here at Caer Castell. Flint Town United 0, Bala Town 1. Nathan Peate's goal, lovely volley on 48 minutes, but Bala down to 10 men since the 61st minute. Crunching challenge by Sean Smith. Oh, good run again by Will Evans. Evans wins the throw-in.
Is it Ben Marlis down there injured?
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, you look at the Flint bench, I think they're all young lads. You know, I think a lot of these would have played in the Welsh Youth Cup final last Sunday. We lost to TNS 1-0. So it shows there is a good academy set up here at Flint.
Yeah, it's a very, very young bench, isn't it? When you compare it to the bench that Bala have got, where they've got a very experienced bench. But Neil Gibson, he's renowned for giving youngsters their opportunity, and Ollie Nugent is preparing to come on. We understand that to replace Ross Weaver as Danny Roberts ventures down the left-hand side, played in by Sam Hart. Falls to Weaver. Weaver with the effort. Could that be his last contribution? Falls to Jake Phillips. Phillips vying with Boris. They're just played away by Sean Smith. Back in by Matt. Weaver goes in for it with Will Evans, and now the substitution should take place for Flint Town United.
Yeah, there's half a chance here for Ross Weaver. He put a good shift in tonight, Ross Weaver, and I think, you know, bringing Ollie Nugent in is more of a goal scoring threat, a bit more attacking minded than Weaver. Therefore, you know, they need a goal, Flint, so, you know, you've got to throw your attacking options on and try and open his Bala defence up.
Nugent, his first touch. Represented Great Britain at the 2016 Paralympics in Rio, did Ollie Nugent. Roberts.
Which sport?
Football, I think, wasn't he? Was he?
Not sure.
No. He was there, but yeah, which sport? To be confirmed. Callum Brackley, lovely skills. And a good defensive header by the captain, Kieran Smith.
Yeah, good play. Better by Flint. You know, Brackley there couldn't get his cross in, but again, you know, Bala defending in numbers. And the cross coming in. So, you know, chance now with his corner kick. Get that ball in the mixer. Needs a quality. Hope they'll have something worked on in training.
Now it's Sam Hart. Wand of a left foot to the far post. And it's headed over. And it was Ben Nash who got the touch.
Yeah, I think he's calling for another corner kick, saying he headed the ball onto one of the Bala defenders' head. But
Now you can see Tony Kay in the tunnel there. He's been sent off. Mike Wilde has been sent from the dugout because his name wasn't on the team sheet. So he's more or less been sent off as well.
Yeah, but why is it taking that long, nearly the whole game, for him to recognise that he shouldn't be there?
Yeah. Howard. And now Mr. Griffin, he just waited for the advantage.
Yeah, you've got to play give him the opportunity of an advantage.
And there's a yellow card here. And it's a yellow. Was it Dave Edwards? Or Kieran Smith? Kieran Smith. For kicking the ball away.
I don't think you would have done that if you'd have had that booking for the challenge on Ben Nash earlier on. There's a chance for Flint again, just to put a bit of pressure on. So with 10 minutes, with the 90 left.
Matt. Oh, good commanding header by Nathan Peat. You did say earlier on there'd be another card in for the team in red, Mark.
Big game next Friday afternoon.
Yep.
Maes Tegid, Bala v Newtown.
Yep, a week today. 2:45 on S4C. It could be the decider for who finishes second in the JD Cymru Premier.
Not about ball in.
Oh. Well held by Ramsey. Now, as things stand, it's Bala who are in second position. That could all change tomorrow, of course. A win for Newtown. Drenewydd could take them above Bala, back into second place in the table. There's Woods, just goes for the ball with Dean Ebby. He's had a quiet game, Dean Ebby.
Yeah, Woods came for that ball, and I think, for the goal, I think that his back four was thinking that he should have come for the, for that direct ball, because he travelled a fair bit.
We're into the last 10 minutes. There will be added time for substitutions and injuries. Sam Hart, so good 12 minutes possibly of the game remaining. As Woods launches the ball forward, looking for Connor Howard. Howard flicks it on, looking for the run of Callum Brackley. Brackley does well to keep the ball in play. No, he doesn't. Ball just ran out.
Yeah, I think I was given offside. That's what he's been given. But yeah, you're right, Brennan did his football. He played all in Nugent in Rio back in 2016.
Ramsey with the long ball forward. Edwards with the clearance. Shannon. Sean Smith always appears to have plenty of room down this left-hand side, and is headed away by Ben Nash. Jake Phillips can't keep the ball in play. Bala, no rush whatsoever. Down to 10 men, remember. Boris. Brackley. Will Evans. Evans! Oh, that appeared to be just dipping in at the far post.
Yeah, it was worth a strike from there, especially with the wind swirling. And from where I was sitting, I thought I was going to sail over Ryan Woods' head, but keeper was a lot closer than I was to the ball, and you know, it's quite a comfortable save in the end, wasn't it?
Ma. Closed down by Kieran Smith. Kai Edwards. Sean Smith looking for Brad Boris, headed away by Danny Roberts to Ollie Nugent. Shannon. Smith. Finds its way through to Boris, but good play again by Nugent, who's just injected a little bit of pace into the Flint town side. Flint preparing to bring another sub on. We understand that Liam Ellis is coming on. Nash under pressure from Dean Ebby. As we approach the last 5 minutes of the 90, Sam Hart to Jake Phillips. Phillips looking for the run of Callum Bratley. Oh, Sean Smith as well. Yeah, he was under pressure there with Sean Smith.
Yeah, he's had a good game as Sean Smith this evening, both defensively and attackingly. And wouldn't surprise me, you know, I'll be one of my players. If you want to nominate a player of the match, you'll be he'll be contention this evening.
Solid clubman is Sean Smith. Danny Roberts, who's leaving, and Liam Ellis, an attack-minded player coming on for Flint.
Yeah, young striker, only 18. We'll have this opportunity.
Yet another one from the academy, Mark.
Yeah, it's good. You know, like you already said, you know, Neil Gibson will give these youngsters a chance if they're worthy of the place in the squad. I think, you know, another lad came on last week and he said that I think it was Ben Hughes, you know, you would have started this evening, or the chance of starting this evening, but it's just suffered concussion in our youth cup final on Sunday, so I think he's out for 3 weeks. Gibbo saying so. It's a shame for him. You know, they can't, you know, get that experience now when, you know, the Flint are safe in, you know, for next season, and you know, just blood these young players and give them that experience of senior football.
Nash. Oh, good ball. Lovely ball up to Mark Cadwallader. Bratley. Oh, again, Sean Smith. Just bided his time. Phillips. Down the line looking for Connor Howard. Howard. And Callum Bratley just takes the deflection of Will Evans. Now there's an opportunity here to push the big man up from the back. Kai Edwards is in the box. Ben Nash is up there as well.
Yeah, they've lost Dan Roberts, haven't they, Bryn? You know, with that attacking-minded substitution. You know, the height from set plays. But it's going short.
Everybody on the edge of the box for Flint. As it's cleared away by Boris. Now then, there was just a half opportunity there for a break. There's nobody back at all for Flint. They've thrown everybody forward by bar Ryan Woods in goal with 3 minutes of the match remaining.
Yeah, you had to time that challenge because Ollie Nugent was, you know, lurking.
Phillips. In he comes once again, and there was a foul in the box by Ben Nash.
Yeah, blatant foul there, just in front, you know, clear look at it. The referee and Nathan Pete. And there's a goal, and you look where the ball's bounced just the yard outside the 6-yard box, and you think, you know, your keeper should be reading that ball coming in. And, you know, we said that Flint were playing a high line, you know, early on, that he should have been squeezing that back for, you know, keep your high line, I'll deal with anything that's launched in the box. And, you know, he didn't do that. He was on his heels a bit there, and, you know, Bala punished him.
Phillips. 2 minutes. Sean Smith.
You know, you look at this, you know, crunch time of the season, you know, it's a points that matter. You know, looking for performances, a fantastic yes, but, you know, it's the what you get at the end of the 90 minutes is key.
Phillips. launches another long throw into the box. Nash was up there. Header missed by Ollie Nugent. Kai Edwards under pressure from Boris. Good play by Brad Boris. Forced Kai Edwards back to Ryan Woods.
Yeah, he's put a shift in tonight, Brad. Boris down, you know, especially when they've gone down to 10 men.
Well, Bala have played the best part of the last half an hour with 10 men after Anthony Kay was controversially sent off. Dave Edwards just holding things together in midfield for Bala, who, as things stand, go up into the second position in the JD Cymru Premier. 3 points ahead of Newtown before they face Caernarfon tomorrow at Latham Park. Kieran Smith. Now Boris all bundled over by Nugent.
Yeah, that was, you know, the referee's only 5 yards away. And clever play by Brad, but as soon as he felt Boris on his heels, he just went down.
Kieran Smith, man of the match. Malcolm Allen's man of the match.
Mine was the other Smith. I would have gone for Sean Smith.
Yeah, I agree he got the wrong Smith. We'll tell him afterwards.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one. And only 3 minutes. Expected a lot more than that.
3 minutes added. 264 here, by the way. Watching, Flint trailing 1-0 as things stand. Phillips almost lost possession to Will Evans. Brackley. Good play, good closing down by Dean Ebby and Colin Caton. He'll really enjoy that, seeing his centre forward defending from the front.
Yeah, you want to see that, especially when down to 10 men. You know, the work rate of each and every player. Oh, he's been unfortunate there.
Yeah. Was it handball when it ricocheted back to him?
I think so, yeah, that's why the referee gave that foul.
Two minutes remaining for the 10 men to hang on for a key victory. Vital 3 points. Ramsey looking for Will Evans. Dean Ebby. Surely he'll just hold the ball in the corner, Will Ebby. Edwards. Dave Edwards. Ebby to Will Evans. Evans under pressure from Sam Hart. Phillips. Woods. Just over a minute remaining.
Yeah, he's got to get in that box. But Bala are working so hard to stop them getting it clear. You know, attempt to get that ball in the box.
Phillips just loses out to Dave Edwards. And just the old head plays the ball into the corner. Woods with the clearance. Stevens with a header. Ebby. Boris. Evans to Ebby. No intention at all of going for goal there. Dean Ebby.
Yeah, just keep possession in the corner. Just wasting valuable seconds. Try and buy a foul if you can.
He was just nonchalant there, wasn't he? Just holding the players off, and he just drove the tackle from Ben Nash, and that's a yellow card for Ben Nash. So the third Flint player to go into the referee's little black book.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Just buy the foul. You know, just keep the ball. The defensive team will get frustrated wanting that ball back quickly, and you know, great play by Dean Ebby for his team there, just waiting for Nash to dive in.
Well, we played the 3 minutes over the 90. We're into added time on added time. There's Bala in no rush whatsoever to take the free kick. That's the last action of the match. It was Nathan Peate's goal after 48 minutes. That separated the sides. Bala went down to 10 men when Anthony Kay was sent off on 61 minutes. Deserved victory for Bala. Mark Lloyd-Williams.
Yeah, they had the better chances, didn't they, overall in the 90 minutes. You know, Ryan Woods made some, some great saves in the first half. Maybe should have done better, in the second half, with the goal. Bala didn't create much then, for the remainder of the half, but that was to be expected when they went down to 10 men for the last half an hour. But a very, very important 3 points for Colin Caton's men. Puts the pressure on, Newtown and Chris Hughes tomorrow now, because it's not going to be an easy game with Carnarvon coming to town. No doubt the Covey Army will be travelling down to Mid Wales tomorrow to try and G their team up, and try and close the gap on Penybont and Newtown.
Final score here, Flint Town United 0, Bala Town 1, and it's down to Dylan Ebenezer.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, dyna sgôr terfynol, 3 pwynt pwysig iawn o ran y Bala, 1 gol oedd ynddi, a chi'n gwybod be, mae'r gŵr sgorio, yr unig gol gyda fi nawr, Nathan Peate. Nathan, I was just saying, the man that scored the only goal of the game was with me. It's been a good week for you scoring against the New Saints as well. How important was that victory, do you think?
Well, we knew it was going to be tight tonight, so I thought it was always going to be a 1 goal, wasn't it? But glad to get 3 points and move on to next week.
Yeah, 3 games to go now, playing Newtown next. What's it been like the last few weeks? It feels a bit relentless from the sidelines. What's it been like in the middle of it?
Yeah, the game's coming thick and fast. But big game at Newtown, well, at home next week. But be a few missing. But we've just got to take it as it comes.
How tough was it? You had to play a lot of the second half, down to 10 men as well. Does it feel even more satisfying as a defender when you come away with a away game, 1-0 win? Job done, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, nothing changes for us. Brought another centre half on, so we just got to keep defending and do our job and let the others do theirs.
Fancy a European trip in the summer then?
Yeah, always. Why not?
Brilliant. Nathan, thanks very much for your time. Congratulations. It's been a very good week for you and Bala, as I said. Thanks very much. Nathan Peate, fyna, dewch i ni edrych ar y tabl felly fel hyn mae 3 pwynt yn glir o'r Dre Newydd. A draw atoch chi fel ydych Nick, o ran y Dre Newydd, maen nhw'n chwarae fori yn erbyn Carnarvon. Fflint yn parhau yn y chweched safle. 2 gêm i fynd yn y tymor. Mae'n falch gweud bod Jake Phillips wedi dod draw ato ni nawr yn dilyn y gêm na. Jake, diolch yn fawr iawn am ddod draw yn syth. Mae wedi bod yn gwpl wythnosau anodd o ran y Fflint. Beth am heno? Fe mor anodd oedd hi heno?
Fel sy'n dweud, wythnosau anodd. Dwi'n meddwl bod ni'n perfformio'n gwych heno. Ac yn siomedig bod ni ddim wedi cael dim byd allan o'r gêm. Weithiau mae pethau'n mynd yn erbyn chi ac ydych chi'n gorfod delio efo hwnna. Ac nath ni ddim delio efo'r cic rydd. Ac yn anffodus hwnna oedd y gol nath ennill y gêm heno.
Ie, ych chi'n teimlo bod lot o bethau bach wedi bod yn mynd yn eich erbyn chi dros yr wythnosau diwethaf, dim esgusodion, ond just weithiau anafiadau, gwaharfiadau, penderfyniadau hefyd, beth amdani? Ie,
dyna'r peth. Da ni'n mynd i wneud esgusodion. Gennym ni garfan digon cryf i ymateb ac i ymdopi efo'r gemau sy'n dod. 3 gêm mewn 6 diwrnod da ni wedi chwarae ac da ni wedi heiddi mwy allan o'r gemau, ond fel ti'n deud, di pethau ddim cweit yna efo ni ar hyn o bryd, ond mi wnawn ni dal barau tan diwedd y tymor.
2 gêm i fynd nawr, mae'r tymor bron ar ben mewn ffordd. Byddwch chi'n falch gweld diwedd y tymor yn cyrraedd ar ôl yr wythnosau diwethaf?
Swn i'n dweud hwnna erbyn diwedd mis Mai, pan does na ddim gêm ar y penwythnos ac fel ti'n dweud, 3 gêm ar ôl, 3 gêm anferth a da ni'n credu da ni dal efo digon i cymryd pwyntiau yn y 3 gêm olaf.
Wel, allai gredu, mae'n fod yn dipyn y dymor, be bynnag ddigwyddiad. Jake, fel arfer, diolch yn fawr iawn am dy amser di. Mae bach yn oer fan hyn, ar ti'n mynd i stafell newid, felly Jake Phillips gyda ni ar gair castell. Diolch yn fawr iawn iddo fe fel arfer. A dyna ni, felly mae wedi gorffen fan hyn ar Bala wedi ennill. 5 gêm arall fori yn uwch gyngor Cymru JD. Ni'n fyw yn y bari, maen nhw'n cwrdd a Cheiclona. Digwyn ar y Groglith, digwyn ar nesa. A Bala yn cwrdd ar Dre Newydd. Dyna'n eich sgorio am y cyfan. Diolch yn fawr iawn am eich cwmni heno. Hwyl fawr i chi.
Dyna i chi waith tîm arbennig.
Job dda. Screwfix yn noddi Pêl-droed ar S4C.